Today on Explore Your Land, we're going to make a homemade fishing kit that can fit into the palm of your hand. The materials that we're going to use today is an 80-ounce ball mason jar, some Mr. Crappie 8-pound test high visibility fishing line, a few lead weights, a hook, and a bobber. The first step is to attach your hook to your high visibility line. I'm going to do that today using the Palomar knot. Next, go ahead and attach your lead weights and your bobber to the fishing line near the hook. Taking your hook end of your fishing kit, which is still attached to the spool, I usually wind out about 50 or 55 feet of line. Now take the end of the line that you just cut and tie it to your jar just above the lower lip. I usually use just a big fat granny knot for this step, but you could use any knot that you wish. Once you've tied your knot, clean up the tag end. Now taking the line that's still attached to the jar, wind that around just above that lower lip where we attached the line. Do this until your bobber meets the jar. Once you've got it all wound up, simply take the bobber, the hook, and the weights and drop them into your jar, and then carefully place the lid on top. If you're fishing with bait, drop them into a small Ziploc container. You can now take your bag of bait, which I did punch holes for aeration in, and now drop that down into your jar and then seal the top. Now my bait, my bobber, my weight, my line, and my hook is all contained within this 80-ounce ball mason jar. Now that our fishing kit is assembled, let's go try it out. Okay, well, I've got my worm on the hook and I've put my lid to the side and my bag of bait to the side, and now it's time to cast. Grab the jar with your hand and put your thumb on the line that is hanging out of the jar. I usually save about 2 or 3 inches here between the bobber and my thumb, and then I've got my worm set to a depth that I like for this area. Pull back, cast, and at the moment when I'm ready is I'm going to let my thumb off of the line. There's some fish pulling at the bobber for sure, pulling at the hook. Okay, all right, I got him. Now just reel him in nice and easy. All right. Let's see what we got here. And we have caught ourselves a catfish. So there it is. I don't need him to eat for food, and so I'm gonna let him go. But if you were in a survival situation or you were fishing to cook your dinner and this was all you had, certainly you'd cook him up. So I'm gonna let him go now. There you go, little buddy.